So the next edit I want to do is get some money from the user or an amount from the user and play while I have some money left over. So what I could do, well, before I do that, let's see it work. Let's put balance equals 10. So I'm going to play with 10. Now the change that I need to make is here. I don't just want to play while true. That means forever. It's always going to play the game, and I never ever see this line. I can show you that. I will show you that. So when I run the module, doesn't matter what I do, it's only ever going to ask me to press enter to continue. I can't ever break out of this loop. It just keeps going around this loop, gets as far as this line, asks me to enter a key, and then goes back to the top. It never ever comes to this line. And what I want to do is play for a certain amount and then jump out of the loop and see this line. So the way I'm going to do that, as I said, is by having an amount of money. So I've set my balance to 10 there. If I win, I'm going to give myself a little bit of a boost with money. So I'm going to set my balance to be, now this is important how it's worked out. You would think that we were going to just put balance plus 5. That would be okay. The only issue is that amount, let's say it's 15, is never saved. It's lost the minute I move on to the next line, and I need to save it. And where I want to save it is back in balance, and I say it like this: balance, new balance, is equal to the old balance plus 5. So the new balance is now 15. And I can do the same when I win. I'm going to give myself a balance. A new balance is equal to the old balance. And if this doesn't make sense, don't worry. We will cover this quite a lot. I'm just going to add 1 to it, and if I lose, I'm going to reduce my balance. Balance equals balance minus 1. So we've now looked at some maths within our game. So we've got random numbers, we've done some addition there, some addition, and some subtraction. So we're beginning to get maths into our game to make it a bit more exciting. The only problem is it's just going to run forever. So my balance is going to go down and down and down and down. And I can see that if I put a print statement here, print balance, just before I ask for the user to enter a key press. So if I run that, you'll see what I mean. It's not ideal. So press enter to continue. I've lost. I've now got 9. I've lost. I've now got 8. Press key to continue. I've lost. I've now got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oops, I must have won. I've got 3, 2, 1, 0, 1. Oh, I've won. 0, minus 1. That's not quite right. We don't have minus 1s in balances and minus 2s and so forth. So really we want to stop the game as soon as we hit 0 and not show any minuses. And the way to do that is, instead of running the game forever, we're going to have a condition here, rather like we had a condition here and here. And we're going to go back to the old worksheets that we did, and we're going to look at the greater than signs. And if you think back to maths, you use this without even wondering why. So here I'm going to say, while the balance is greater than 10, and in English that means while the balance is more than 10, do this. Now the balance is going to go up there, it's going to go up there, but it's going to go down there, and to be honest, we are more than likely going to lose a lot, so the balance will come down. Eventually the balance will be 0. Oops, I'll put 10 now, I meant 0. Eventually the balance is going to be 0, so that would look like this. While 0 is greater than 0, that is now false, so it would jump out of the loop and run that one. But if the balance was 1, 1 is greater than 0, that would be true. 2 would be greater than 0, and so on. All of these were going to be true. The only one that is not going to be true is if I come down to 0. So 0 is greater than 0, not true. It's better to have that than it is to have greater than or equal to 0, because that would take me through the loop one too many times. You might want to try that out. So I'm going to put my balance back in there. So while the balance is more than 0, roll the dice, add them together, check out whether I've won or lost, edit the balance, print out the balance, and wait for me to press a key. When I've run out, when I get down to 0, drop out of the loop. So no, this is the loop here. No more loop, and print game over. So run this. There you go. I've lost. I've got 9 left. I've lost 8, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, we went up to 7. Yeah, carry on playing. 2, 1. Okay, so if we lose this time, we've hit 0, and that should be the end of the game. Press enter to continue, and it jumps out of the loop now and prints this line, print game over. So that is how to use a condition in a while loop. Now these words are important. Condition is an important word that we need to remember. It's just standing for one of these sort of comparison operators. If we remember, we did greater than, greater or equal to, less than or equal to, is equal and not equal. They're the comparison operators, and we call those a condition. They when we work them out, they're either true or they're false, and those two things are Boolean values, and they always appear in a while statement. So we have while condition. They always appear in an if statement, if condition. They always appear in an elif statement, elif condition. Okay? They never appear in an else statement. They do appear in other places as well, and we will see those later. So at the moment we've got a game that's working. As I said earlier, it would be nice if we let the user choose the balance, so they could put in as much as they want and play the game as much as they want, and maybe we'll give them some more information, such as what dice they rolled and how much money they've got left now, and maybe even a ratio of how many times they get to play for the amount of money they put in. We'll look at that in the next video.